Okay, time to talk about the last anime I'm going to be talking about for the summer 2025 season, excluding Gacha Kuta, of course, because that show's going to be airing going to the final season of this year, and that is City the Animation. Yep, City the Animation. This is a brand new spanking anime from Kyoto Animation Studios, and I cannot wait to talk about this show and get it over with because this has been one hell of a ride to say the least. And the ride it has been. Again, Sadie Animation has been one of the most highly anticipated shows I was hoping to check out and hold dear breath as this was one of my highest anticipated shows of this year. Because obviously, if you look at the art style, the poster, the fact that this is under Kyoto Animation Studios, this is by the author by Kiichi Awari, who obviously has created and released the legendary and classic Nichijou My Ordinary Life, which is a show that I think that if you're going to talk about what I think is the best slice of anime of all time, this is it right here. Nichijou has you covered. This for a show that came out back in 2011 too. Like it's crazy how amazing this show has held up almost 15 years later. And Nichijou to this day is probably the gold standard of how to execute a really nice but fun and messy slice of life anime with a lot of humor, a lot of wit, and a lot of the scenes in this show still is reminiscent, still holds up to this day, which puts a lot of really big budget shows that's currently in the mainstream right now to shame, to say the least. Like this could actually even go toe to toe with all the big shonen animes that's out there, to say the least. So, of course, that with Nichijou coming out, I think it's safe to say that me and many other Nichijou fans were hoping we could ever get a season two of the show. Because after all, Kyoto Animations has been known for coming up with some of the best sorts of animes out there. And if you scroll down throughout their discography, I mean, the list is pretty expansive to say the least. And I could go through every single one of them if I have to. But there was a point in time where it seemed like it wasn't going to happen ever again, as if everyone remembered back in the infamous 2019, we had the Kyoto Animation arson attack. So sorry for the bright flash here, but this arson attack was pretty synopsis in the anime world and in the manga world because not only did it hit home to a lot of people that really love Kyoto Animation Studios and what they had to offer, but as you know, some people have referenced on a movie that I even talked about recently with Look Back that this attack was an inspiration to the Look Back movie that will come out last year. And again, Kyoto Animation Arson Attack, I think for anyone who's studied about this, who's read about this attack was super infamous now in the manga and anime industry that this really left Kyoto Animation in a really dark place where they weren't sure if they could be able to continue because after all, this the person that went through this arson attack basically destroyed a pretty big studio and as a result killed innocent people that didn't know anything was going on at the time. And all of this stemmed from the fact that the criminal that did this was basically accusing him of like stealing his artwork and such. But we can dive into the weeds in the future video if I have to. But the point is, there was a point in time where Kyoto Animation felt like it wasn't going to bounce back after that incident. After all, it would take years to build back what they have built up until this point. But there is definitely hope on the horizon after that event because shortly after we would get shows like the Violet Evergarden movie, which turned out to be an amazing, amazing showcase and conclusion to the Violet Evergarden franchise. We also got the second season of Kobayashi Dragon Maid, and even Surune and Hibiki Euphonium being like really big shows to come out and really showcase what Kyoto Animation had left in the tank. So with City the Animation, even though this isn't a second season clearly tied to Nichijou, City the Animation is clearly its own tried true name to itself. And to me, this feels like Kyoto Animation's going back to what made Kyoto Animation special and unique, and just overall just really stood out from the crowd back in 2011. Because again, while I am gonna say right here, right now, that Sega Animation might not be as strong and as groundbreaking as Nichijou was, I think that this was a really good, solid show nonetheless. Because my God, this animation is absolutely incredible. It is amazing. The color palettes in the show is super popping when you watch the show. The animation, again, I can't really praise enough. It is so ridiculously good and smooth and crisp and clean all the way to the very finale of this show. And the characters is about as unpredictable and just widespread to what it is, because at the end of the day, if you remember how Nichijou works, Nichijou focuses on a few of the main characters in the show. In Say the Animation, it doesn't just focus on one, two, or three characters here that we know about. It focuses on everybody, and I mean everybody in the show. That it this could take me forever to break down every single character that what they do, how they play a role in the show, etc. But like I said, when you go into City Animation, expect a lot of the Nichijou qualities carry over to City Animation, but now in a more expansive view now than ever before. But if anything, there's definitely a lot of highlights in the show that I like to say. Again, from the cast of characters I could dive deep into that I absolutely love, to the relationship between Matsuri and Ed-chan and how amazing their relationship is, to the funniest moments whenever Rico or Ryota actually pop up on screen, and every moment that Wako Izumi does something really crazy, Midori tries to find ways to not be broke, or Nikura just being another version of what reminds me of God of Mio from Nichijou. Again, the show has so much personality to it that it's a lot to take in. And again, that's the thing. That this show at the end of the day is not gonna be for everybody. For anyone who's again watched Nichijou and maybe even read the manga prior to this will basically be for you. You're gonna absolutely love it. And I think that what Kyoto Animations did, they put a lot of care and heart into the show, and it really shows in the final product. And even though this is 13 episodes long, and I do wish that it was like 25, 24 episodes longer, in my opinion, I think that this show really was able to capture something really special and really unique to what made Kill Animation special. And again, just showcasing why the slice of life genre is still one of if not the best thing that Kill Animations is still specializing to this day. Um, as far as complaints, I would have to say, I honestly don't know, man. There's like not a whole lot of complaints I could say about this show because there's a lot to really love in defined set of details. There's a lot of really good highlights in many set episodes. The opening theme song of the show is just now super iconic and probably one of the best opening theme songs of 2025. On top of it, there's like a lot of creativity and heart put into this show that I cannot praise enough. Again, maybe the low points of the show could be that there might be certain episodes where there might be a theme and a genre and it goes into direction, but it doesn't stick the landing half the time. Or it could be a point where there's a joke, but it doesn't land too well, or it ends up being confusing. That's understandable. For me, I think that this is a really good quality show. And while this is not Nichijou Season 2, respectfully, I think say the animation really hit the home run really well. And if Kill Animations ever does a season 2 of the show, which I feel like it is, there's potential to do, I would be 100% open to it, man. It's incredible. This is absolutely amazing. Um, I think that this is not only one of the best slice of life animes of the year, but I think this is like gonna go down. It's probably one of the most underrated shows come out this year, given that there's a lot of people talking about this show at the moment, and I really think that this needs to be talked about way more than it should. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling myself a bit crazy here, but I'm feeling like a strong 8 to a light 9 on this thing. It is really, really good. Absolutely incredible show. Again, if you love Nichijou, you're going to absolutely love Sadie Animation. The characters in the show are absolutely phenomenal, unpredictable, and just overall, just it makes you feel so warm and fuzzy in the inside through it all. But yeah, just want to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See you all in the next one. Later.